Okay, this tutorial is going to walk us through how to make our Andy Warhol portrait. We're going to start by picking up the crop tool, and we're going to crop it to a 1x1 square as shown up here. If you wanted to do it horizontal, you could do that as well and crop it any way you wish, but we're going to do a square for now. Crop it to where you're happy and hit the check mark. You're then going to take your any selection tool you want and select your portrait. Okay, once you have it selected, you can press Command-J on your keyboard, and I want you to title this Original. From here, we're going to make it black and white by going up to Image, Adjustments, and go down to Black and White, and you can fix anything accordingly. I'm going to hit Auto for now, but I'm just going to click OK. Okay, I'm going to turn off my background layer, and at this point you can do any fine point erasing that you need to do to clean up your selection. You could always use Refine Edge or whatever you'd like to make a nice clean selection before you continue on. Okay, so from here I'm going to make one duplicate layer and I'm going to title it Hair. I'm going to make another duplicate layer and I'm going to title it Face. I'm going to put my face right above my original. That's the way I'd like it to be. Okay, so I'm going to turn off my hair layer and I'm going to turn off my original layer just so I don't get confused. Now the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to make an adjustment for only your face, only pay attention to your face. So I'm going to make it a high contrast image, meaning that it's going to have extreme darks and extreme highlights. So remember, you only want to adjust for your face, and this is one of those times where you can adjust the midtones as well. Remember, I'm only paying attention to this area right in here. I'm going to make it extremes. Okay, and I think that looks pretty good. And I'm going to click OK. Then I'm going to turn on my hair layer, go to my hair layer, and I'm going to do the same thing for the hair. So I'm going to press Command-L to get into levels, and I'm only going to pay attention to my hair. Now, if you have really dark hair, what you're going to want to do is pick up your dodge tool, which is right hidden underneath the sponge tool here, and you're going to want to dodge your hair so that you can get some highlights in there so that you can add some color to it later on. Also, using your mid-tone slider is a good way to add some highlights into that as well. Remember, my face is getting really blown out, but I'm only paying attention to my hair. I'm going to click OK because I'm pretty happy with that. Now from here, if you wanted to make another separate layer for, say, a shirt, or you know, maybe you have your hands in the picture, or a hat or something, you can make duplicate layers to begin with as well. It's something you want to start off first. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up my eraser tool because I want to be able to see my face underneath. So I'm just going to erase right on this hair layer. Now with just a regular eraser, notice how you can start to see through to the bottom layer. Okay, so I'm just going to go through, make my adjustments, just erasing. I could have always done another one for my arm, but I'm going to leave it as is for now. Okay, and then once I'm happy, I'm going to merge these two layers together. So I'm going to select them both, press Command-E on my keyboard, and I'm going to title this Portrait. Okay, from here we're going to make our background, so I'm going to make a new layer. I'm going to title it Background. And I'm going to pick up my paint bucket tool. Now you could use a gradient in the background, you could do a lot of different things. I'm going to make this one blue for now. I'm going to bring it below my portrait layer. Okay, so now I have a solid color in the background. Now here's the point where we're going to start adding some of our color layers. So you're going to start off with command clicking right here on our portrait layer. This is so that when we start to color, we don't start coloring outside of the lines. Okay? So we're going to make a new layer. I'm going to title this one Hair Color. And I'm also going to switch it right now to multiply, just so I can see what I'm doing. Pick up my brush tool. I'm going to pick up I'm going to maybe do a yellow for now. I'm just going to quickly paint in my hair color. You can do this any color you want. It doesn't have to be normal. It can be any color. And I'm just going to paint a little as I go. You can always erase it because it's on a separate layer if you don't like it. Okay, done with my hair. I'm going to make another new layer. I'm going to title this Base Color. And pick a different color. Maybe I'll pick a light pink, maybe. See what this looks like. Now notice I'm painting right over top of it. You can't see through. If that bothers you, just change your blend mode to multiply so you can see what you're doing. Again, if you need to go back, if there's some overlap, you can always do that. I'm just doing this nice and fast so you get a good idea as to what's going on. See how I overlapped that just a little bit and it turned orange? But that's okay because we can always go back and erase it. Do my skin over here as well. My eraser is going to bother me. Just erasing it. Okay, so it's a little spotty, but that's totally okay. Alright, so now I realized on my face layer, I want my teeth to be white. So I'm just going to erase in here what I want my teeth to look like. So I painted a little too much. So my next layer, I can do a lips color layer. And I can make that darker pink if I wanted to. This is something you can either eyeball yourself, you might want to use the tablet. And all I'm going to do, oops, wrong one. Let's paint this in. Any way you wish. Mine looks a little funny at the moment. I'll switch it to multiply. It should look a little bit better. Okay, now you could do the same thing for your eyes. You could do the same thing for your shirt. I'll just do one more for my shirt. Shirt color. I'll change to multiply ahead of time. And I'll make it, I don't know, green maybe. Why not? Okay. So green, brushing a little bit. Basically, in a nutshell, that is my portrait. If you press Alt on your keyboard and you want a specific color, like I do, I want that yellow because I missed a spot, I'm just going to Alt click, it'll give you that eyedropper that will allow you to choose whatever color you want. Okay, I'm going to Command D to deselect. And now that I'm happy, I have everything that I want. You would do a nice job. All I'm going to do is take everything from shirt color down to portrait. And I can Command E, and it'll merge it all into one layer. Now from here, what you can do is you could go to your background, make another layer on top of that. And then you could go in and add any kind of background you really want. If you wanted to make, you could put a dot matrix pattern in the background. You could put a paisley in the background. You could put circles in the background if you wanted to. And you could do it any color that you wanted to. And then you can always change that to something like overlay. And you can layer things in the background any way that you really wish. So it's kind of an option for you as well. So in a nutshell, that is how we create our portrait for our Andy Warhol. Okay, so once you're all the way done, you're going to choose all of your layers and merge them together so you have all in one. Now once you bring them into the document, you're going to press Command U on your keyboard, and then you can just adjust it using the hue saturation slider to change